So one of the things that I've learned is that when God blesses you, that blessing is not just for you, or when God has given you a gift, it's not just for you. When God gives a man a gift or a blessing, God has other people in mind. All blessings comes from God, and it comes through you as a person. You are meant to be a channel through which God can give that blessings to other people. So whatever you have today, either is a gift, either is influence, either is money, whatever it is, know this, that God is the giver of all good gifts and all blessings. And we are meant to be a channel through which it can get those blessings to other people. You know, this is not so that you can have everything you need and you don't care if everyone else doesn't have what they need. No, we're meant to actually receive the blessings of God with thanksgiving and say, God, I'm grateful for this. But the next thing should be, God, who did you have in mind when you gave me this gift? Who were you thinking about when you blessed me with this blessing? You gave me this car. Who were you thinking about? You gave me this job and I'm making this X amount of money. Who do you have in mind? Who am I supposed to be a channel of blessings to? You are not the source. God is the source. And God is trying to get something across to somebody, and you are only a channel through which God is doing that thing. Bible says, and God said to Abraham in the book of Genesis, I will bless you and I will make you a blessing. So the goal of the blessing was that Abraham will be blessed so that he can be a blessing. God is the source, and whatever God has given us is you are constantly asking yourself, how can I use this to be a blessing to other people? When I see what God is doing through my music, it humbles me, it brings tears into my eyes, and I'm reminded every day that my gift and my ability to play the keyboard, the way I play it, to do what I do as a musician, as an artist, is bigger than me. God knew before the foundations of the world that some people would need this music, that it would play through me. And God made sure that, He allowed me to be able to develop those gifts and help me to develop it so that I can use it in being a blessing to other people that probably cannot play music, that cannot play the piano, they cannot create their own music. The Bible talks about Joseph being sent ahead. When his brothers were trying to blame themselves for what they've done to Joseph, and they were like, we're sorry we treated you this way. And Joseph should have responded in anger, should have responded and just say, I'm mad at you and not talk to them forever. But Joseph said, I'm not in the place of God. You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good, so that He might preserve lives today. So Joseph saw what God has done, his elevation to being a prime minister, and all the blessings that God has given him. He saw it as God was using this to preserve other people's lives. God sent me ahead, even though the journey wasn't rosy, the journey wasn't enjoyable. It was traumatic to go through the experiences that Joseph went through to get to where he was, to get to the palace in the end. But he interpreted all that he went through, and he saw it from the perspective of God, which was God saw ahead of time that there will be a time where there will be a famine and lives needs to be preserved, and God has sent me ahead to preserve lives. So no matter what you've been through and no matter what your journey looks like, you want to ask yourself, what is the purpose of God through that which I have been through? How did God want to use the experiences? How did God want to use the blessing? Whatever it is He has done for me to be a blessing to other people. The Bible says that God comforts us in our affliction so that we might, through the comfort that we have received from God, we may be able to comfort other people. So these are different examples that says that whatever God gives you, whatever blessings, whatever gifts, and whatever talent that God has given you is actually not for you. You're meant to be a channel through which God's blessings flows from Him to other people. And that's why the Bible now says that men may see your good works and they may glorify your Father in heaven. So when you do these things for people, or you are a blessing to people, it doesn't mean that people now start glorifying you and start praising you. But the goal is so that they will recognize that these blessings automatically come from God, and the blessings came through you to them. And the result of that is they now begin to glorify God on your behalf. They now begin to thank God for your life. They say, oh, thank God for you. Thank God for all that God has used you to do. That is meant to be the purpose of the blessings. So I hope this has challenged you to change your perspective on how you view the blessings and the gift and all that God has done for you. It's really not for you. God had other people in mind when He blesses anyone. And our duty is to find out what was the purpose of the blessings that God has given me. One of the ways to keep receiving the blessings from God is to continue to be a channel that God can use to bless other people through the blessings that He has given you. The moment you don't give out, the moment you are not releasing, the moment you are not continuing to bless other people, guess what? You no longer qualify to continually receive the blessings from God, because if you receive it and you are just keeping it for yourself, of what good is it? That's why the Bible said that you ask and you do not receive because you ask amiss, so that you can spend it on your own selfish purposes. God was saying that you're not thinking of other people when you are asking me for this blessing. You're not thinking of how to be a blessing to other people. So why should I give it to you? So when God gives you that house, when God gives you that job, when God gives you that breakthrough, when you finally make that big break, you finally start making that money, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to just use it and spend it on yourself? Or are you going to ask God and say, God, what is the purpose of these blessings? And how can I use it to be a blessing to other people? Remember, you are not the source. God is the source of all blessings. All good gifts and perfect gifts come from God. Everything we have comes from God. And even the little that we give is because God has given us some. So recognize that God is the source and you are only a channel. And every now and then you have to ask yourself, what is the purpose of the gift, of the talent, of the blessings that God has given me? How am I supposed to use it? Who is meant to benefit from this? God then can trust you with His blessings, because God now sees that you are thinking the way He's thinking. God now sees that you will use the blessing not just on your own selfish ambition and just to enrich yourself, but God sees that this one would help the poor, will help the needy, will be a blessing to other people around him. So I'm going to keep blessing him. Like God said to Abraham, Abraham, I will bless you, and through you, I will bless many other people. So you are to be blessed so that you can be a blessing. That is the purpose of the blessing. I hope this was an encouragement to you. If it was, make sure you share it with somebody else. Let them enjoy it as well. And remember to subscribe to this channel and also give it a thumbs up if you like it. And I'll see you on my next video. Take care.